Hello everyone, I'm Jose Betancourt, and as always, thank you for viewing my videos. So here is the Super Nintendo Classic Edition. It is a very, very tiny Super Nintendo. And Nintendo also released a Nintendo Entertainment System that sold out everywhere and is now selling on eBay for ridiculous prices. The same has been happening for the Super Nintendo Classic Edition. I was lucky enough to get my hands on one when they launched it, and here is an unboxing. I really don't do too many of them, but under the circumstances, and considering that the Super Nintendo is one of the most legendary home consoles ever, at least in my opinion, I figured an unboxing was in order. So I'm not going to describe what I'm taking out of the box. You can see that for yourself. I'm just going to chit-chat a little bit about my experience with the Super Nintendo. The Super Nintendo came out in 1990, and I was 18 years old already. So I had a different mentality back then when it came to video games. Video games went from being something that I did on a consistent and daily basis to doing when I had time or when I wasn't hanging out with my friends or hanging out with my girlfriends. But I still had the Super Nintendo, and my brother, my friends, we all had tournaments, whether it was NBA Live, whether it was Tecmo Bowl, Madden, Street Fighter. We always had our moments where we got together, whether it was during the weekend or at a weeknight, at a friend's house or in my house. There was always something going on with the Super Nintendo because the Super Nintendo had upgraded visuals. The games were very colorful, and some of the biggest arcade titles were hitting the home console. You're talking about Street Fighter 2, Mortal Kombat. Then you had the Sega Genesis, which had blood for Mortal Kombat. So you had that little debate going over which console was the best. For me, being biased, I always stood by the Super Nintendo. Of course, you had Star Fox, Contra 3, and I was a little disappointed at the time that Star Fox 2 didn't come out, but lo and behold, you're going to have it with the Super Nintendo Classic Edition. That in itself is truly amazing. But you have classics like Zelda, Star Fox, Mario Kart, Super Mario World, Contra 3, as I say this, Super Punch-Out, Secret of Mana. There's a load of games that is built into this little console. At $79.99, it is a true value. It is something that you could either collect, which I was initially going to do. I wasn't going to even open it, but I figured, you know what, I can't help it anymore. Some of these games are legendary and I need to play them. And speaking of playing, I'm going to switch over and I'm going to show you how it looks on my TV, the initial setup on my television, and maybe play a game. So check it out. So here's something that I don't usually do, which is record my TV and have actual gameplay, but I hooked up my classic Super Nintendo, excuse me, and here is how you set things up. And just to let you know, here's my controller. So I'm setting up in English, and here you have a wide selection of classic Super Nintendo games, and here you have Star Fox 2, excuse me, which has never been released, which is amazing. Street Fighter 2 Turbo Edition. Holy crap, Castlevania. Mario Kart. I mean, this is ridiculous. For, I believe it was $79.99 that I got it for. As I stated, it comes with 2 Super Nintendo controllers. It has Super Punch-Out, Super Metroid, The Legend of Zelda: A Link in the Past, Contra 3. Wow, which I believe is, I could be wrong, so let me know in the comment section. I believe it's co-op. Donkey Kong Country, let me tell you something. When this game released, it looked so amazing. Graphically, it was unbelievable that we can have a game like Donkey Kong Country on a Super Nintendo. It was amazing. Final Fantasy 3. There is Secret of Mana. Star Fox. This is amazing. This is incredible. I was a teenager already when the Super Nintendo came out. And it's still, the nostalgia is hitting me hard right now. Because even though I was a teenager and I was, I had girlfriends, I had a social life, so video games wasn't necessarily a focal point. But my God, when I had time to play and I had my Super Nintendo, and as I stated earlier, playing games like Madden, NBA Live, Tecmo Bowl, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat. I mean, the games just go on and on. The memories are so vivid, so great. Let me actually put on a game. And because I stated that Donkey Kong Country looked so amazing, actually, let's go to the display here. Let's see. There are different types of... Let me see. So someone had mentioned that CRT was the way to go. And let me give it a little bit of old school arcade flair. And let's back up. Let's see what type of options we have here. My game demo, classic demo. Okay, whatever. So let's go to Donkey Kong Country. Let's see what this is all about. And folks, you see a scary figure. Rare. Rare was making some amazing games. Let me just tell you that. So, there we go. And I'm not going to play the entire game while you're watching this. I'm just going to play a few minutes. I just want you guys to see just what I'm talking about when it comes to Donkey Kong Country. Alright, there you go. The opening scene. You have a boombox, which is huge. And some TNT. Let me tell you something. At the time of release, 94, says it right there. This game was amazing. So hit the start button. Let's go. One player. Wow. Wow, this music. Holy crap. I don't mean to say holy crap to the music, but my God, the music. Just wow. Okay, so B is to jump, Y is to roll. And whoa. Now come on. These visuals are crazy. These visuals are for its time. It's insane. And I think you can roll or something at an enemy or something. Not 100% sure, but let me get this dirty rat over here. And look how colorful. Whoa. Let's, whoa. There we go. So, of course, like most Nintendo video games, you have to collect something. You jump on enemies. Very reminiscent to Mario. I mean, wow. This is so cool. Let's get that. Boom. And let's... with Y, you throw. So you hold down Y. Oh, wow. I was very lucky to have beat up that bird. Collect this. And there are secret levels or places to go. I remember that. Just, I guess you would notice. Let's see. Oh, the rhino. You can sit on a rhino. And you can run people over. I remember that. Oh, darn it. All right. So that's that. Let's see if I can get out of this. If there's some way to get out of this game. Pause. Select. So, I would have to reset, basically. Oh, cool. You know what? For the love of God. For the love of God. I didn't know I could switch characters. Is it me? Or was that always the case? Oh, cool. What the hell? You mean to tell me that after all this time, I did not know I can switch characters? Wow. That's crazy. So with the A button, I was able to switch. I was able to tag my partner. So it could be a case where I just don't remember. I mean, it was so long ago. Oh, all right. So I have Donkey Kong, and we both died. So I'm gonna end it here, but you get an idea. The nostalgia, like I stated, the nostalgia factor just hit me extremely hard when seeing that lineup of games. If you get your hands on one and you grew up with Nintendo, you owe it to yourself to buy this. It's well worth it. So let me know in the comment section if you have your own, if you plan to pick one up, and which games are your favorite. As always, I'm Jose Betancourt. I will talk to you soon. Bye.